Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be doing an unboxing of the new Hot Toys Alien Ellen Ripley 6-scale figure. This is MMS 366. Now, this isn't actually the review. We're just going to be doing an unboxing, and I'm going to give you my initial thoughts of the figure as we have a look at the figure and the contents. And then the main review will come after that. So it's just, again, my initial thoughts. Here on the front of the package, we've got an actual image here of the figure, which carries over in a nice overlay of the green. On the back, you've got your cast and crew responsible for producing this figure. This just recently was released. And we can go ahead and slide the box off to reveal not only the Ellen Ripley figure, her accessories. Jonesy also is included there as well. And let's go ahead and open this up as well. I like doing these unboxing videos because it gives me a chance just to immediately give you guys my first impression of the figure before I really get a lot of time to spend on it, you know, examining the figure, you know, looking at all the little details and stuff like that. This is just my initial off-the-record sort of thoughts about the figure as we get this open up. Got ourselves the instruction guide. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to try my best not to tip it upside down because it's going to go everywhere. It looks like she's got her blowtorch, which is probably what I'm going to be displaying her with. Some nice weathering that they've added to it. Of course, a real fabric strap. The more lesser interesting things, we got a couple of interchangeable pegs for the hands. We've got the tracker, the tracking device. And we've got one of the smallest is her little watch. I always notice that they don't put the watches and stuff like that on the figures initially when you get them out of packaging. And take Ripley and just put her down for a second. Take that out. Let's grab out her display stand. I like when 6-scale figures give you, I like when Hot Toys or really Sideshow gives you 6-scale figure display stands if they're not overly large. Now this I think is an ideal size. I wouldn't want to get anything larger than this. When we get like those baseball diamond shaped stands like the Batman v Superman stuff, it's way too big. I just can't fit that in a Detolf. I think this is about as big as I would go with a display stand. You've got Ripley there on the front. Looks like some burns there. You know, more burns into the flooring here. And again, a nice looking stand. It's small enough, it's not going to take up too much space. It's you know, character specific, so it has something to do with the figure that's came included with that. Of course, you got your adjustable neck with crotch clip. You know what? We'll look at the rest of the accessories and then we'll look at Ripley. You've got the cat carrier. Cat carrier for Jonesy. And how does it open? How does it open? Don't want to. It looks like it's got a hinge. It looks like there's a pin that goes right through. I'm assuming that the door is here, but I don't want to pull on the handle just yet. I would think it's going to open here. Maybe this whole section. No, that doesn't open up. How exactly does this one open this container? You know what, we'll just quickly check the instruction guide. Like I said, this is just early unboxings. I haven't had much of a time to spend looking. You know, I haven't looked at the figures just yet. Okay, so apparently this opens exactly like I thought it would have opened. I just don't like pulling on this handle. There's got to be an easier way. Okay, I guess just pulling it this way as opposed to pulling it up is the key. The inside looks like it's like a rubber material, but it's just plastic. And you got the little glass on the front. Hey, there's me. There's a little glass on the front. Yeah, that looks good. To come included with that, we don't need this, we'll just put that to the side. We've got Jonesy, or Jones. Now, a lot of people, one of the problems that they had mentioned with their Ripley They don't like the sculpt on Jonesy. I have to admit, I would be in the same book, I would be on the same page saying I don't like the sculpt on Jones. I don't know, it feels like it's missing something. I can't quite put my finger... I think of any time that you could put, not flocking, I don't know if I would flock this, but I definitely would have tried to make it look more like fur. It just feels, and generally looks, like a PVC cat toy. Like if you ever go in those educational toy stores, you know, the stores nobody wants to go into, they have Playmobil and all that stuff. And then you kind of go to the back where they always have like PVC animals. This would be what I would think looks like one of those PVC cats if I was to go in and pick up one of those. There is a very definitive line where the tail looks like a separate piece from the rest of the body. And for some strange reason, the mouth looks like it's been attached rather than sculpted to the figure. I don't know why the mouth looks like a separate piece the way that it does. It's a little on the weak side. I will admit, it's a little on the weak side. We can take Jones. I'm assuming you can put him into the cat carrier. And he sits like that. I mean, he unfortunately can't look forward. I would have liked maybe, if anything, not necessarily the body, but at the very least, I would have gone with head articulation on this guy. Given him like a ball joint or something so he could have moved his head around. He's always permanently looking this way. Again, the sculpt's not too bad, but I struggle at looking at it thinking it looks like a real cat. It looks more like a PVC cat, which is really all the more surprising for it to be something like that to come with Ripley. I mean, Ripley looks good. Jonesy looks a little on the weaker side. And then, of course, you've got some interchangeable hands. She's got like a trigger hand and a couple of partially closed fists. So there is your tray contents. Let's have a look at Ripley here, which for some reason her foot was bent. It's one of my least favorite things to do on a hot toy is taking off the plastic on the feet. Generally, they're always taped so badly. Well, not badly, but I don't like to spend a lot of time taking the plastic off, and ultimately I always end up doing so. I know if that's the least of my worries, what's the big concern? But I just like to take the wrap, take the plastic right off and call it a day. Same with like the hands, just get rid of them, just take them off and throw them away. One of the other things that I still have on the figure is the little plastic that's on her head. Take off the head. Go ahead and take this off. There we go. I don't think anything else, any other plastics on there. So we can put the head back on. Okay, so here is Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley. Like it. I like it a lot. I think at one point they had entertained the idea of giving her real hair. I could swear I saw real hair initially on this figure. Plastic, sculpted hair, definitely the way to go. Some figures, I think, ask for more real doll hair. For example, like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman could have theoretically, I think, worked with plastic hair. But I would not have said the other way around. She works well with doll hair, but she also could have worked, I think, with plastic hair. She does really have a more flow to her head, I think, by having rooted hair. Ripley, on the other hand, I would not have dared given her real hair. I think, especially for the way that she has the very tight curls, I don't think would have worked for this particular head sculpt, giving her real hair. It would have looked, I think, too unrealistic. The tone of her skin, as well as the face sculpt, is really good. I also really like the fact that they gave her a partially open mouth as opposed to a closed mouth. So it seems like, you know, she's breathing. I think from the front it looks more like her. From the sides, actually the sides aren't too bad either. Even the profile on her still looks like Ripley. And she's got her full onesie, I guess. Got some zippers on pockets here and here. I don't think you can actually move them. I think they're just faux zippers. Maybe they are. No, it looks like they're just stitched in. Of course, you got your main zipper here and a couple of faux zippers on the sides. And on the side of her, she's got the US CSS Nostromo 180286. The other side there as well. Really nice head sculpt. Gotta admit, really liking the head sculpt. So thankful that this figure was going to be released, because it seemed as if the figure was the figure was mentioned and shown, and then it just seemed to disappear for a while, and then ultimately, it just popped up out of nowhere again. Fabric looks good. Everything looks very screen accurate. Again, right down to her shoes, like the shoes on her. It's definitely one of the better likenesses, I think, to a celebrity. Very smart, though, that they went with the sculpted hair. I think that's my takeaway so far from the figure. They had gone real rooted hair, I don't think it would have worked. But here, I think, works quite well. But the only thing I would say so far, first impressions, I don't like the cat. I don't think Jonesy, I don't think that's a good-looking cat at all. It's surprising for how good they spent on making Ripley look like Ripley, that Jones would suffer so badly at not looking anything like Jones from the movie. But there you go, guys. There's my my initial thoughts on the new released Ripley from Alien. I like the figure. I like the accessories. I think she has everything that she should have come with. Display stand is also quite good. About the only takeaway I would say from this is I wish they'd spent more time working on a better looking sculpt for poor Jonesy. You know, one of the few survivors in the Alien franchise, you think they could have spent a little bit more time to sculpt him to make him look more presentable, certainly more like a cat. Yeah, I really like the figure. I do really, really like the figure, and I'm looking forward to getting a little bit more in-depth in a review of this figure, which definitely will be coming in the next couple of days. In the meantime, though, today we were unboxing the new Hot Toys. This was the Alien figure of Ellen Ripley, and it was MMS 366. That's your product code. Of course, like I said, the review of her will be right around the corner. I'm going to spend a little bit more time looking at the figure before we get into some real in-depth review. So when the review of her eventually comes, if you guys are asking yourself, didn't you already review this? No, this was just my initial unboxing of the figure. If you guys haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to this channel, make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below. Of course, more videos will be coming your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do, guys. See you next time.